love you. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait.
Hi and welcome back to the Rideshare Buddy UK YouTube channel. I'm Kevin, and yesterday, the end of graduation week, was really good. Excuse the red nose, a really bad case of hay fever yesterday. So, but as I say, end of graduation week, fairly good day. Well, pretty good day, best day yet on Uber, and I did £201.73. Now that was driving time, if you can see it. If it focuses in, the driving time was 5.29 hours, and I did 13 trips. Net fare 186.16. Other earnings, which are basically per trip holiday pay, 15.57, bringing £201.73. Now driving time was 5 hours 29. But I don't work by driving time, I work by logged on time. If I'm logged on, I want paying. So I started at 1 p.m. in the afternoon and I finished at 10. So that was 9 hours. But I also did an hour's break. So I did 8 hours for £201. So that's pretty good. £24, £25 an hour. Take off my £7 an hour costs. And you're talking about £17, £18 an hour. Now that is unusual. Can I say that for Uber? It was predominantly all graduation trips, and I'll run through the trips that I did. That's 13 in total. Let's go down to the bottom. Here we go. First one I did was at 1 o'clock, where I picked up in the high street, going back to Tree Forest. That's in the middle of nowhere, and I honestly thought I wasn't going to get a ride back. I thought I'd bring money back. Well, that was Newport to Tree Forest, £24.42. Amazingly, 2 miles before I dropped off, I got a job fed to me from Tree Forest down to the ICC, because they have 2 graduation ceremonies each day, which I didn't realise, morning and afternoon. I dropped off one from the morning, and I picked up half a mile from where I dropped off to come back, and that was £35.24. Perfect return trip. I was about 3 miles away from the ICC, where I got pinged with another job, picking up at the ICC and taking to Bristol. That was £30.67. That was a nice run out. Terrible getting back. It took, because of the traffic Friday afternoon, it took me an hour and a half to get back from Bristol to Newport. And I decided at that stage to go home, have a cup of tea, something sweet. And at that stage, I took an hour off. That's when my break was. Well, I was paid £30.67 for that trip. Talking to the people, and they said they paid £43 to go from the ICC to Bristol, Central Bristol Holiday Inn. So you take off the VAT, that brings it down to about £35. And out of that £35, I got £30, and Uber kept £5. You can't complain. I know people say a lot of a high percentage taken by Uber, but a lot of that goes to the VAT man. Uber doesn't see, so I'm happy with that. So that was £35. Bristol took an hour's break. I then came on, immediately got a job from Newport Central, and I just took them round the corner to the railway station. It was Barrack Hill to the railway station, £6. As I was coming down into the railway station, I got pinged with a job which I took, which was picking up just around the corner in Corn Street, from Central, by the bus station, and that was going to Cardiff Airport. So that was a nice, excuse me, hay fever. Nice run out to Cardiff Airport, £37.30. Now, as I dropped off, I was 1 to 5 in the queue. Well, Cardiff Airport being Cardiff Airport, it could have taken me a week to get a flight back out. So I was just slowly driving around the ring road, staying within the area, thinking, shall I go back to Newport or what? And I got pinged with a job from Barry, about 2 miles away from the airport, into central Cardiff. Perfect, £12.62. Dropped off, immediately got another job from where I picked up, down to close to the bay, which was £8.80. Dropped off at the bay, immediately got a job from the bay up to, where is it? Cardiff. Whitchurch. So I went up, that was £9, well, close to a tenner at £9.95. And that dropped me off right by the motorway back to Newport. So I jumped on the motorway to come back to Newport. Coming down, just before I got to junction, I think it was 22, 23, something like that, the Tredegar House junction, I got pinged with a job from Dufferin to Rumney. So that was a £14 job, very easy to do. Coming back into Newport, I got pinged with a job from Rogerstone back down to Dufferin. That was an £8 job. And then my last two jobs were sort of local. One was £7, the other was £3. And I picked up my first drunks. Well, not drunk, but quite merry, quite happy. And they were wonderful. First ones from Uber. If they'd been a cash customer, I think I'd have had problems with them. But I pulled up at the pub, and the one guy came out with a glass, a pint of beer, said, "Can I bring the beer in the car?" I went, no drinking in the car. He said, "How about if I drink half of it, so I only have half a glass so it doesn't spill?" I went, no, not really, no drinks in the car. And he went, "Yeah, that's fine, no problem. I'll go and get my mate." He went in, drank his beer, came out with his mate. And then we pulled out, his mate said, "If I wind the window right down and stick my head right out, can I have a cigarette?" I went, no smoking in the car. He said, no problem. I said, "I'm not allowed." He said, no arguments, no problem at all. And really nice lads. Obviously out for a good time. They were half there. No problems at all. And I had a couple of local little jobs, take me up to 10 o'clock, and I packed it in. But with those lads, I'm quite sure if I'd have been a cash payer or taking cash, I might have had issues, but I don't know. And I think this is what the rating is so good. Talking to people, customers, the riders know if their rating goes below 4.85, they're going to get real problems getting a taxi because drivers will just let the jobs go by. They filter out ratings below sort of 4.85. And as Uber is relatively cheap in Newport compared to the other companies, riders want to keep their ratings high because the higher the rating, the quicker they get the taxi, basically. If you've got a 5 or 4.95, all the drivers will bid on your work and you'll get a taxi very, very quickly. Once you start dropping below 4.9 on your rating as a rider, more and more drivers drop out and won't bid on your work. So by the time you get down to about 4.8, 4.7, you've got real problems getting a taxi and you'll be waiting a long time before a driver will accept your work. So in a way, I think this is why Uber riders are so nice and so good. No problems at all. It's because they want those 5-star ratings, because the higher their rating, the quicker they get a taxi. So that's pretty good. So that's it. That's Friday, my first £200 day. I did do a £200 day on Tuesday. Let's have a quick look at that. But that was because I had £67 in holiday pay from Uber. Without that, then I think it was about 135. But that's my weekly so far. Monday to Friday, 727. I'm going to do another session today. It's raining, so we might get a bit of customer. I'm having tomorrow off. I'm going fishing. I am going fishing. The whole point of doing Ubering was not to work 7 days a week, which I've done so far, because I need to sort of work out the best times to come out. The whole point was to come out to work around my fishing and my fishing website. But yeah, happy with that. 727 drive time, 23 hours over the week. Drive time. I've done a lot more online time. As I say, I price my hours as per online time, not drive time. But yeah, good week. I mean, Monday was a little low because I went fishing. Same with Wednesday, went fishing. So yeah, I think we'll probably end up this week on £800. So that's it. Stay safe and have a good week. And next week, schools are off. Next week, no students. So we start to go into the quiet period. One of the problems when the schools go off is that a lot of the school drivers with school contracts start coming on. So there's a lot more drivers with no work, looking for work. So the next 8 weeks is going to be a little bit quiet from my previous experience as a taxi driver. But yeah, can't fault yesterday. Really nice day. Apart from the traffic, everything went smooth. So until next time, take care and happy travels.